Greetings everyone. Inverse trigonometric functions. Today we will begin with this chapter, another chapter. Inverse, you already know how a function is claimed to be inverse and what properties a function must exhibit in order to be an invertible function. Then the trigonometric functions, you are already familiar with the trigonometric functions, the 6 fundamental functions, sine, cos, tan, cosec, cot, sec. Right. Now the significance of this chapter is that we will find the inverse of those 6 fundamental trigonometric functions. And the importance of this topic is that when you will read about integral calculus, there you will find inverse, the use of inverse trigonometry, because sometimes when you will integrate the functions, you will get answers in the form of inverse trigonometry. And in order to know that, you must have a good command over inverse trigonometric functions. So we will begin, okay? And this is quite an easier chapter because this is mostly the formula based. So all you have to make your command on are the graphs, the domain ranges of the functions, and then yes, it's you will have the command over it, right? So let us just begin with it. First of all, you see, when let us recall, when f is a function from a to b, then f inverse is what? Simply a function from b to a. Just the inverse of this function means the domain becomes the codomain and codomain becomes the domain. This is the fundamental thing, right? Now let us take our trigonometric function first of all. Sin x. Now you know how sin x looks like. Let us all draw the graph of sine. Pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, and so on. This is a real number line from from infinity to minus infinity, from minus infinity to infinity. This is also from a real number line from minus infinity to plus infinity. Similarly here minus pi by 2 pi, and you know how your sine looks like, right? Everybody of you is familiar with this. Something like this. This is a sine graph, right? And highest value is 1, lowest value is minus 1, right? Now let us look at the domain and range of this graph. Alright, so sin x is a mapping from, now domain is always the horizontal line, this, and range or the codomain is the vertical line. So let us see what the domain is. Now you see, x is your domain is x, right? Domain element of the domain is x. So let us see, on this real line, for every x you will get some y. Suppose you take your x at this place, you will get a value of the function. Suppose you take it here, you will get a value. Means the graph is continuous, there is no discontinuity in the graph, right? So for all values of x you will get some y. Means if you put any value of x from the real number domain, you will get something sin x, right? So your domain is the whole real line, right? How? Just see, look at this. This is a real line, real number line, and the graph is continuous throughout this line. There is no breakage, there is no discontinuity, there is no such point where you will not find a value in the graph. मतलब कहीं पे ऐसा कोई point नहीं है. Suppose ऐसा होता है ये graph, तब आप कहते हैं कि अगर मैंने x की वैल्यू ये ले ली तो मुझे कुछ वैल्यू नहीं मिलेगी, तब ये डिसकंटिन्यूअस हो जाता. तब हम रियल नंबर को डोमेन नहीं ले सकते, हमें रियल नंबर में से ये पॉइंट को माइनस करना पड़ता, राइट? पर ऐसा नहीं है, साइन का ग्राफ कंटिन्यूअस होता है, यू नो दैट. सो योर डोमेन इज रियल नंबर and range is what? Simply see the values that you will be getting for all the x's. Suppose, so you see from the graph the highest value that you are getting is 1 only. Sine ranges from 1 to minus 1, it is already known to you. I'm just brushing it up for you. You already know from 1 to minus, sine goes from 1 to minus 1 to 1 only. So basically it's like minus 1 to 1, and moon bracket, because minus 1 is also a value that you will get from the function sin x, and 1 also, because pi by 2, sin pi by 2 is 1 included, sin minus pi by 2 is minus 1, which is also included there. And between this interval all those values, all those numbers you will get. Suppose it is 0.5. So somewhere you will get 0.5, at this point also 0.5, at this also minus 0.5 suppose. So at this point also, at this point you will get. So like this, all the numbers, all the real numbers between 1 and minus 1 are contained in this graph. Now this is the domain and range of sin x. Now comes inverse of sin x. First of all, you know that a function is invertible only when it is a bijective function, right? Whenever a function is 1 1 on 2, only then you can claim that the function is invertible and the inverse of that function exists. So first of all, this is a key thing to be kept in mind. Second thing is what? Whenever you are to find sin inverse x, please note that sin inverse x is not equal to sin x. Never confuse this. This sin inverse x is completely a different function from sin x. Although it's derived from sin x, but both are different and have different properties. When you are to find this, it's written like sin x to the power 1 by 2. Then it is equal to 1 upon sin x. Otherwise, when you write it like this is a depiction of sin inverse x, which means which does not equal to 1 by sin x. Keep this in mind. Now, alright, so one thing that you know is that function should be bijective. Another thing that you know, whenever we are to find sin x, the range, the codomain becomes a domain and domain becomes the codomain, right? Now, ideally, no, not ideally, as roughly as we know from here, the mapping should be like this, right? Reverse mapping, because sin inverse x is the inverse function of sin x. So mapping should be like this, right? So let us now look what sin inverse x is. Suppose, see, now we have to find sin inverse x. Alright, so first of all, we will try to make the graph, and it's quite easy. No need to worry, just pay a bit of attention and it's done. Now look at this. Now what do we do when we have to find the inverse? Means inverse. The domain becomes the codomain and codomain becomes a domain. मतलब जो x मेरी डोमेन थी, अब हम इसको y की प्लेस पे लेके जाएंगे और y वाली एक्सिस को x पे लाएंगे. मतलब एक शिफ्ट मारेंगे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में. तब हमको क्या मिलेगा? मेरा मोटो ये है कि अब मुझे कोडोमेन को डोमेन बनाना है, डोमेन को मतलब इस पूरे ग्राफ को उल्टा करना है इस तरीके से that y becomes the domain and x axis जो है that becomes the codomain. So this is like this, x minus x, y minus y, right? अब अगर if I give it a anti-clockwise turn, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? X will go upward, right? Y will come here, minus x will come here and minus y will come here. But this is not sufficient because we know on a number line, right hand side contains the positive entity and the left hand side contains the negative entities, right? So again we have to make a mirror image of this. Means we have to simply flip it symmetrically. If we flip it symmetrically, then we will get what? Y will come here and x. Now you see, if we are able to turn this graph in these manners, first anti-clockwise direction and then symmetrically, then we will get the inverse of then we will get the graph of sin inverse x. Because the simple thing that we have to do here is reversing, right? Inverse mapping means first of all your mapping was like this, right? Sin x. Now your mapping has to go from this part to this part. Okay, so let us see if we can easily do that actually. Now when we follow that procedure, we will get a mapping, a graph like this. I guess yes. 1 minus 1 and all this is 0, pi by 2. It's getting a bit clumsy. No. And then pi Similarly here minus pi by 2, minus pi, and so on. So this is the graph of sine inverse x. What you have done, you have just converted the domain into the codomain and codomain into the domain. So you get it like this. Now we don't know one thing that is to be kept in mind is that first of all, you see sine, when we take sine x, you know, if you keep 0 here, domain is your real number, right? If you keep 0 here, if you keep pi here, 2 pi here, all of them will be mapped to what? Sine 0 is also 0, sine pi is 0, sine 2 pi is 0. So do you see, is this a bijective function? Is this a 1 1 1 2 mapping? Not at all. It's a many one, so it's not a bijective. Now when sine x is not bijective in nature, how can we claim that we are able to find the inverse of sine x? Now for that matter, keep this in mind that we will branch it. We will branch this. Let us take this branch. See, we will branch it into this from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So we can also take this branch, or we can take any branch. Now but minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 is universally accepted branch. It is also known as principal value branch. So we will take this branch, and now if we see from minus pi by 2, 0 pi by 2, you make this mapping, you will find that this is a 1 1 1 1 onto mapping, 1 to 1 mapping, 1 to 1 and onto mapping. So for inverse, I said this is a rough thing, right? This was a rough thing only because we had to come to this conclusion that sine x is not a bijective function. So we had to limit the domain, you know, this thing to a branch of sine x. Now what do you get? This is your sine inverse x, and your sine inverse x is a mapping from minus 1 to 1 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now you must be thinking, why did we not take this branch or why did we not take this branch? यहाँ पे भी तो 1 1 onto बन रहा है, यहाँ पे भी तो इस branch से लेके इस branch तक भी 1 1 onto बन रहा है. But this is taken because this is universally accepted, as I am repeating this, and this is called the principal value branch. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 is the principal value branch. Keep this in mind. Similarly, we will have a different principal value branch for cos theta, for sec theta, cosec theta, for all other trigonometric function. So now you got sine inverse x is minus 1 to 1 mapped from minus 1 to 1 interval to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Alright. So this is about sine inverse x. This is how you make the graph. Now you got it. What we did, so let us recall once again. It's getting a bit clumsy. So let us recall. See, sin x, we know the function, we know the domain and the range. So now we know when we are to find the inverse of a function, the domain becomes the codomain and codomain becomes the domain because we are doing a reverse mapping. Then similarly, the same thing we did in this mapping. We just rotated this complete graph in order to bring y to this place and x to that place, right? So we did this and we found this graph. So this is the graph of sine inverse x, but the domain and range changes because sine is 1 1 onto on a certain branch, not on whole graph. So we will take a certain branch of it. That's why your sine inverse x is a mapping from minus 1 to 1 interval to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is to be kept in mind, right? And this is of use because later when we will discuss question, then you will get to know why we have confined it to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now in the question when we have to do, we will just take angles from this branch only, no other branches. Alright.
This is the graph of cos x. Here you can see that the domain is real number line, entire line, and for the range you see that the graph is fluctuating between minus 1 to 1. So your range is minus 1 to 1 For cos inverse x, we will follow the exact pattern that we followed in sin inverse x. Here your principal value branch will be 0 to pi, and this is how your cos inverse x graph looks like. Alright.
Alright guys, so this is the graph of tan x. Okay, so because I was limited to some space, so I have made only this part of the graph, and you know that you can extend this graph to 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, and similarly to 7 pi by 2, and at the left hand side also. But I was confined by the space, so I have made only this part. Okay, so we were to find the domain and range of tan x. Now see, domain, the horizontal line, the x-axis. Here the graph is not continuous. Now you see a special kind of curve here. This curve goes like this and is seemed to intersect this line x is equal to pi by 2 at some point, but it does not intersect. It seems that it is going to intersect, but it intersects it at infinity, means it will go on tending towards this line, but it won't meet it at some place. So these kinds of special curves are called asymptotes. You will study this in higher classes. These curves are asymptotes, and they tend to meet these kinds of lines at infinity. So basically at pi by 2 you don't have any value, because the curve will not meet this line. Okay, so this is the graph of tan x. Here for the domain you will take the entire real line, but you will subtract, or you will take out these points where asymptotes are formed. Means pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, means n pi plus pi by 2. Real number minus n pi plus pi by 2. Okay, so where n belongs to your integer. Alright, so this is your domain. Whole real line, whole real line from where we have taken out these points, where the curve will not cut this asymptote. Okay. Now if you were to find tan pi by 2, you already know tan pi by 2 is infinity, tan pi by 2 does not exist. This is why, because the graph goes like this. It's an asymptotic curve which tends to meet this line, but meets this as at infinity. And this is also for our convenience. We have assumed that this line meets an infinity, but we don't know. Alright, so this is the domain. Clearly this is the domain, the real line. From real line you have taken out all such point, all pi by 2. और अगर आप इस ग्राफ को और आगे बढ़ाते हैं, ये ऐसे ही ग्राफ चलता है. यही ग्राफ यहाँ पे डुप्लीकेट होगा, यहाँ पे फिर आगे डुप्लीकेट होगा. कितने पाई के इंटरवल पे, माइनस पाई बाई 2 से पाई बाई 2, एक पाई के इंटरवल पे ये रिवर्स करता है, पाई इंटरवल पे अपने आप को रिपीट करेगा. तो आपको डोमेन मिल गई. अब आपको रेंज चाहिए. इस रियल नंबर से ये पार्ट आप अगर हटा दो तो हर जगह पे हर x के लिए आपको tan की वैल्यू मिलती है. बस tan पाई बाई 2, tan 3 पाई बाई 2, tan 5 पाई बाई 2, tan 7 पाई बाई 2, इन सब जगह पे tan की वैल्यू डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट. ओके, अब आता है आपका रेंज. रेंज कैसे देखते हैं? रेंज y देखते हैं. y में कहाँ से कहाँ तक ग्राफ जा रहा है. नाउ लुक, y पे तो ये ग्राफ एवरीवेयर जाता ही ऐसे ऐसे. सो फॉर range it's complete real line, because the graph seems to tend towards this asymptote, but it does not intercept this line, so it goes up to infinity, and here also up to infinity. So this whole y-axis is covered, so your domain is this and range is whole real line. Okay, now tan inverse x, you know what we have to do. You have already read about sin inverse x and cos inverse x, and I hope you know what we have to do here. Similarly, take the reverse mapping of tan x, means x-axis will go to the y place and y will come to the x place, means rotating it anti-clockwise and then symmetrically flipping it. Alright, so this is how we get, this is what graph we get, and this is the graph of tan inverse x. Now for tan inverse x, again we have to mark a principal value branch. Alright, because again it would not be a bijective function. So in order to find the inverse of tan, means tan inverse x, first we have to confine it to a certain branch, the principal value branch, which is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Alright, so now you know that your tan x ranges from what? Tan x, first of all, this real number, okay, real number से it will go up to, let us see where, again pi by 2 को नहीं लेना है, पाई बाय 2 और माइनस पाई बाय 2 को नहीं लेना है, बाकी सारी चीज़ें हमें पाई बाय 2 और माइनस पाई बाय 2 के बीच में लेनी, क्योंकि हर जगह पे वैल्यू है, यहाँ पे है, यहाँ पे है, यहाँ पे, हर जगह पे है। बस पाई बाय 2 और माइनस पाई बाय 2 नहीं लेना है, क्योंकि कर्व टेंड कर रहा है पर इंटरसेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है, एसिम्प्टोटिक कर्व है ये। ओके, सो अगेन it's a this kind of bracket, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, this interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2, where minus pi by 2 and pi by 2 are not included because the curve does not intersect, pi by 2 पे infinity हो जाती है value। okay, so this is all about inverse trigonometric function। I have discussed sin x, cos x, tan x, sin inverse x, cos inverse x, tan inverse x। अब cot, cos और cot inverse x, इनके derivations आप खुद करोगे, and for reference you can take your NCERT, very well prescribed, similar pattern you have to follow। tan inverse x देखो, अगर आपको डोमेन रेंज याद है तो आप तुरंत लिख लो, अगर नहीं याद है तो ग्राफ देखो और खुद डिराइव करो कि डोमेन और रेंज क्या है। उसके बाद इन्वर्स फंक्शन बनाना है तो सबसे पहले एक ब्रांच आपको लेनी पड़ेगी जहाँ पे वो फंक्शन 1 on 2 होगा। एक प्रिंसिपल वैल्यू ब्रांच आप लोगे, प्रिंसिपल आप लोगे नहीं, वो पहले से डिफाइंड है एक्चुअली। आप कोई भी ब्रांच ले सकते हो वैसे तो, पर जो यूनिवर्सली एक्लेम ब्रांच है, प्रिंसिपल वैल्यू ब्रांच, वही लोगे आप हर उसके लिए। जैसे हमने साइन एक्स के लिए माइनस पाई बाय 2 से पाई बाय 2 ली थी, कॉस एक्स के लिए 0 से पाई है, मतलब कि स्टेटेड है, और टैन के लिए माइनस पाई बाय 2 से पाई बाय 2 स्टेटेड ब्रांच है, यही लेनी है हमें। अब सेक, कोसेक और कॉट के लिए यू विल ट्राई इट योरसेल्फ। Alright, so now we will move forward to what kinds of questions are made from this topic. Alright, if you are given to evaluate sine inverse 1 by root 2, so what you have to do here is convert this value into a degree of or a radian of sine. See, sine inverse is given, so you will convert it into sine theta. Then what it will look like? It will look like f inverse f of x. Now you very well know f inverse f of x is x only. That thing you have to follow here. What you are going to do, you will do it like this, and now you know sine inverse sine theta, sine inverse sine will get cancelled and you will get the answer as theta, some radian. Alright, so this is how you have to follow up. Now very simple, you know sine inverse 1 by root 2 can also be written as sine inverse 1 by root 2 is what? Sine pi by 4, right? होता है sine pi by 4, ऐसे लिखते हैं। Alright, अब now you would be thinking कि why have we only stick to pi by 4, 1 by root 2 तो कई जगह पे आता है, but now where your principal value branch comes into play. Sine की principal value branch is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, right? सब कुछ आपको, सारे एंगल्स आपको इसी इंटरवल के अंदर देखने हैं। Now this is where it comes into play. Why this is important? Because you have to stick to a value between this interval, in this interval. So you will take sine pi by 4 as 1 by root 2. Alright, so now what you get? You get simply pi by 4. This is your answer. As simple as that. Now let us discuss another question. Suppose if it is tan inverse 1, what are you going to do? Tan inverse tan pi by 4, again tan pi by 4 is 1, so again it is pi by 4. Alright, now let us take another question. Evaluate cosec inverse minus root 2. Now let us see. Alright, So one thing that should be very clear to you is this transformation here. ये transformation याद है आपको? All school to college. Sine of minus x will give you minus of sine x. Similarly, cosec of minus x will give you minus of cosec x. Odd functions. And for cos and sec, they are even function. Cos of minus x is cos x only, and sec of minus x is sec only. But in case of sine and cosec, they are odd functions. Sine of minus x is minus of sine x. So this thing we will apply here. First of all, let us see. Cosec of this can be, first of all, root 2 can be written as what? Cosec pi by 4. Root 2 can be written as cosec pi by 4, right? So minus cosec pi by 4, right? Now you know माइनस ऑफ कोसेक, माइनस को अंदर ले जा सकते हैं, रेडियन को चेंज कर सकते हैं, राइट? सो इट विल बिकम कोसेक इनवर्स कोसेक माइनस पाई बाय 4, क्योंकि कोसेक इज अ ऑड फंक्शन, राइट? नाउ इट्स वेरी इजी फॉर यू. Cosec cos cancelled, you got pi by 4 minus pi by 4 is your answer. As simple as that. Okay, so let us look at this question. Tan inverse root 3 plus sec inverse minus 2. Alright, so we have to evaluate this very easily. Tan inverse root 3 means tan pi by 3, right? Tan pi by 3 is root 3 plus sec inverse minus 2. अब इसको अलग से करते हैं. Suppose sec inverse suppose sec theta is equal to minus 2. Our motto is to change this into a sec theta kind of thing, right? So let us take sec theta is equal to minus 2. Now you know minus 2 can be written as sec of pi by 3, right? Sec pi by 3. Now you have, what you have to do is to bring this minus sign inside. Now you see, from this transformation, all school to college, if you remember this, here in this 0 to pi by 2 all are positive, pi by 2 से pi तक only sign is positive, from pi to 3 pi by 2 tan is positive, and then in this quadrant only cos is positive. You remember this, I guess. Okay, so from here you know that sec pi minus theta is equal to minus of sec theta, right? You can derive it from here. माइनस पाई माइनस थीटा पे आप जाओगे तो सेक नेगेटिव होता है, ओनली साइन इज पॉजिटिव है. सो इसको हम यहाँ पे यूज करेंगे. सो वी विल गेट सेक थीटा इज इक्वल टू सेक पाई माइनस पाई बाय 3. माइनस सेक थीटा कैन बी रिटन एज सेक पाई माइनस थीटा. वही चीज हमने की है. सो सेक थीटा इज इक्वल टू सेक ऑफ व्हाट 3 minus 2 pi by 3, right? So minus 2 can be written as sec 2 pi by 3. Sec 2 pi, sec inverse sec 2 pi by 3, right? अब tan inverse tan cancel बचता है pi by 3. यहाँ पे आपका बचता है 2 pi by 3. कितना बचा? pi. Okay, let us look at this question. Tan inverse 1 plus cos inverse minus 1 by 2 plus sin inverse 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Alright, let us begin. This is very easy to transform because you know tan pi by 4 is 1, right? So tan pi by 4 plus this part. Alright, so what is this? Cos theta is equal to minus of 1 by 2, right? So you know cos theta is minus 1 by 2 means minus of cos pi by 3, right? Minus of cos pi by 3. अब आपको माइनस हटाना है किसी तरीके से. अब again you will see the transformation from this table. all school to college. You want cos theta as minus of cos theta, right? You want to do this transformation. अब cos थीटा को cos में ही चेंज करना, तो या तो इट कैन बी पाई माइनस थीटा और पाई प्लस थीटा, क्योंकि पाई प्लस थीटा और पाई माइनस थीटा पे ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन वही रहते हैं आपके. cos में ही कन्वर्ट होता है, साइन में कन्वर्ट होता है. पर इसमें इस वाले में पाई माइनस थीटा और पाई प्लस थीटा में ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन चेंज हो जाते हैं. साइन कन्वर्ट्स टू कॉस, कॉस कन्वर्ट्स टू साइन, टैन कन्वर्ट्स टू कॉट, और सेक कोसेक के लिए भी वही चीज़ होती है. सो कॉस को कॉस में ही चेंज करना है तो हम प्लस थीटा और माइनस थीटा देखेंगे. अब आपको पता है कि कॉस की प्रिंसिपल वैल्यू 0 से पाई तक ही होती है, तो पाई प्लस थीटा तो आप कर नहीं सकते हो, राइट? सो यू आर गोइंग टू डू पाई माइनस थीटा ओनली. सो you will take this transformation cos theta is equal to cos एक मिनट, cos माइनस cos थीटा को आप लिख सकते हो cos पाई माइनस थीटा. इसको माइनस cos थीटा को आप इस फॉर्मेट में लिख सकते हो, ठीक है? तो वही चीज़ आप अब यहाँ पे भी करोगे, cos पाई माइनस पाई बाई 3 कर दोगे. ऑल राइट, सो cos थीटा आपको मिल जाएगा क्या, cos 2 पाई बाई 3. सो इसको एक चीज हमें मिल गई, cos इनवर्स cos 2 पाई बाई 3, ठीक है? इतना पार्ट मिल गया. नाउ लेट अस लुक एट द थर्ड पार्ट, प्लस साइन इनवर्स. अब साइन के लिए इट इज वेरी इजी, बिकॉज यू नो साइन ऑफ माइनस एक्स इज इक्वल टू माइनस ऑफ साइन एक्स, right? So this can easily be done. Sin inverse 1/2, you know, sin pi by 6 minus of sin pi by 6, you can write it like this. 1/2 को you can write like sin pi by 6. अब माइनस को अंदर ले जा सकते हो, ठीक है? तो यहाँ से तो ये pi by 4 हुआ. Here you will get 2 pi by 3 and here you will get minus of pi by 6. How? Because this can be written as sin inverse sin minus pi by 6, right? वही चीज़ I have done here. Now you can easily solve it and see that it will give you 12. 5 pi by 12 नहीं, 5 pi by 12 तो नहीं आना चाहिए, 9 आएगा ना. 9 pi by 12, that means 3 pi by 4. All right, this is the answer. So this is about inverse trigonometric function and a few questions that we have discussed. I hope you have understood, and in case anything remains, you can easily reach out to me. Thank you.